Lesson 100, solving quadratics by graphing. So lesson 96, I believe, talks about how to graph quadratic equations. So for more detailed steps on graphing, see lesson 96 for details on more graphing. How about quadratics? So you can have 1, 2, or 0. So 0, 1, or 2 solutions. We're going to just start with an example of a quadratic equation. X squared minus 25 equals y. So to find the zeros, or the solutions for x, we set y equal to 0. So in this case, we have x squared minus 25 equals 0. So the first step is we want to find the vertex. So what we do is we take x equals negative b over 2a. That's actually the axis of symmetry. So let's see where it's going to be symmetrical, by what line. So we have x equals 0 over 2, which is just 0. So when x is 0, we plug that in to find y. So 0 squared minus 25 is negative 25. So at the point 0, negative 25 is the vertex. So we found the axis of symmetry and the vertex. Then we know the y-intercept is when x equals 0, so we have it already. That's 0, negative 25. Then step 3, we're going to plug in a couple more points for x that are on either side of the 0. So maybe, actually on one side of the 0. So we have maybe x equals 1 and let's say 3. So when x is 1, we have 1 squared is 1 minus 25 is negative 24. And when x equals 3, we have 9 minus 25. I already put x equals 3 there. So let's do y. So let's see, 9 minus 25 is a negative 16. So we've got enough points now that we can find the zeros. So we're going to be way down low in the x's, so let's put our x-axis up a little bit higher. We want to go down to negative 25, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And that's our vertex, 0, negative 25. So at 1, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at 1, it's negative 24, so at 1 we come down to about negative 24. We're counting by 5, so it's about there. At negative 1, it's also going to be negative 24. At 3, we're at negative 16, which is about here. Negative 3, we're at negative 16. What happens when it's 4? 16 is negative 9, 4 is negative 9, which means negative 4 is negative 9. What about 5? 25 minus 25 is 0. Ah, there's my zeros right there. 5 and negative 5. So we graph it. And we found our zeros. It's just where it crosses the x-axis. So the solutions are negative 5 and 5. If you could put them in order, smallest to greatest, that'd be great. You can also graph it on the graphing calculator and look for the zeros using the calculator. That's the end of the lesson.